Folks, if you're considering replacing your problem windows, our next guest tells us about one big thing homeowners often don't think about when choosing a replacement window company. Brandon Kowachis of Renewal by Andersen joins us now, and in a moment he's going to tell us about a fantastic 1 month only sale going on right now, and you're not going to want to miss out on the savings. But in the meantime, Brandon, thanks so much for having us today.
Of course, Michael. Always wonderful to have you here with us.
Always enjoy this. And so, Brandon, we're going to talk about this. One thing that a lot of people don't consider when choosing replacement windows is that some can actually block light from getting into your home, right?
That is correct. When you go with a frame that's a little bit weaker, like vinyl, plastic, it takes up more room, and because it has to be able to hold the heavy glass that sits in there. And so when you do that, you've got to get a thicker frame to hold that up. And when you have a thicker frame, that means you're blocking out more of the natural light that comes into your house. So you want to make that as open as possible when replacing a window. And so with our product, the Fibrex, it's 200% stronger than vinyl. And so we can minimize having to take up that natural light. And so we give you as much glass space as possible to keep that natural light coming into the home and not block that. So.
Yeah, because who doesn't love natural light?
Yes.
I think it just makes your home come to life. And Brandon, I also want to talk about this. You guys install all your windows and doors. What types of materials are your installers using?
You bet. So that's extremely important because most companies, the people that they're hiring, they're going and getting their own materials. And so to make sure that they're making as much as possible as that installer, they're going to buy cheaper materials when they're installing it, or hopefully, which I say that, but I've seen it too many times, skipping things like foam insulation and things like that. So we send all of the products with our installers, and so they have to be signed off by us that they are up to the Andersen standard when they go out to the home. So between our sealants and our spray foams and the stainless steel screws and everything that we use, it's all top of the line, so that when we put that in, we know that we can stand behind it with our best warranty. So,
which is one of the best warranties in the country,
yes.
Which I think is fantastic. Also, Brandon, tell us about this 1 month only sale that's happening right now that people have the chance to be able to get and take advantage of.
You bet. So right now, until August 31st, it is $329 off of every window and $729 off of every patio door. And then with our amazing financing, we can usually get it to fit in everyone's budget and make sure that we get those things taken care of without breaking the bank.
So it's also done right the first time, which
yes.
I think is fantastic with Renewal by Andersen. Also, Brandon, every window you sell is custom built. Tell us a little bit about the level of detail that actually goes into these windows.
You bet. So when we come out and we look at the project, we're going to measure it, and that's for a price, but then our project managers come back and we measure everything to build within a 1/16 of an inch of the opening. So we're keeping those openings as wide as possible and getting the fit as tight as possible so that your home stays very energy efficient and it's sealed off and it's done right the first time. So we aren't grabbing something off the shelf and then making it fit. We are building it for each opening in the home so that it's custom and it's done right.
And that's great, Brandon. Also, your window sills are a great example of one of those little details that don't get overlooked in this process.
You bet. So when you look at most companies, their window sills are flat, or they even have a whole bunch of grooves in them, and those things hold water and collect dirt and grime. Our window sills we do with a slight slant. And so that helps the rain and the moisture and everything to run right off of there. But then also with our composite Fibrex material, it's a wood composite Fibrex material, it's built to resist mold and water and moisture. And so we've been testing this for 50 years now, and it holds up. And when we have weather like we do in the Ozarks, we know that when you get your rain and your snow and your hail and your storms and everything going on that Fibrex, it's going to hold up against all of that, and we know it'll last, and we can stand behind that.
And like you always say, sometimes all that happens in the same day.
Yes, it does. So.
Because we live in the Ozarks.
Yeah.
Once again, I want to remind folks of this Renewal by Andersen's 1 month only sale that's going on right now through August 31st. So be sure to get your cell phones ready and call the number on your screen or scan the QR code. You can save $329 on every window and save $729 on every patio door. And be sure to ask about the affordable payment options that are also available. So be sure to call that phone number at 417-238-2600. That's 417-238-2600 now, or scan the QR code to schedule your free, no obligation appointment. Brandon, good to see you. Thank you so much.
Yep, you bet. Good to have you.